It all began on a mundane Friday evening. A group of friends, Lucas, Mariana, João, and Beatriz, gathered at Lucas's apartment for their usual movie night. Lucas, a film enthusiast, prided himself on his extensive collection of DVDs, most of them rare finds from second-hand stores and flea markets. That night, he had something special to show them. "Check this out," Lucas said, holding up a DVD with a title scribbled in bold, black letters. "O Grande Assalto 11.6, Filme completo dublado, filme de que seseo adrenalina pura." "Never heard of it," João remarked, frowning. "Me neither," Mariana added, tilting her head to get a better look at the cover. It featured an eerie, shadowy figure standing in front of an old mansion, a stark contrast to the promised action genre. "Where did you get it?" Beatriz asked, a hint of unease in her voice. Lucas shrugged. "Some guy at the flea market practically gave it away. Said it was a must-watch." Despite their initial reservations, the group agreed to watch the film. As the opening credits rolled, a sense of foreboding settled over them. The screen displayed an old mansion, bathed in the dim light of a full moon. A caption appeared, "O Grande Assalto 11.6. The plot was simple enough. A group of thieves planned an elaborate heist on the mansion, rumored to house untold treasures. But as the film progressed, it became evident that something was terribly wrong. Shadows moved independently of their sources, whispering voices filled the background, and the characters on screen began to exhibit increasingly erratic and violent behavior. Mariana shifted uncomfortably. "This isn't right. It feels wrong." Lucas, engrossed in the film, waved her off. "It's just a movie." But it wasn't just a movie. With each passing minute, the tension in the room grew palpable. The shadows in the film seemed to reach out towards the screen, their movements synchronized with the flickering lights in Lucas's apartment. João's eyes widened. "Did you see that?" "The shadow, it moved outside the screen." Beatriz nodded, fear evident in her eyes. "Lucas, turn it off. Now." Reluctantly, Lucas pressed the stop button. The screen went black, but the oppressive atmosphere remained. A heavy silence filled the room, broken only by their uneasy breathing. "I think we should call it a night," Lucas suggested, his earlier enthusiasm replaced by a creeping dread. As they prepared to leave, a low growl emanated from the TV. They turned to see the DVD had ejected itself, the disc spinning wildly on the floor. Mariana gasped. "What the hell is happening?" João picked up the disc, its surface now marred by deep, jagged scratches. "It's cursed. We need to get rid of it." They agreed to destroy the DVD, hoping it would end whatever curse they had unleashed. Lucas grabbed a hammer, intending to shatter the disc. But as the hammer came down, the room was plunged into darkness. The air grew thick with the stench of decay. A sinister voice echoed through the apartment. "You shouldn't have done that." Panic set in as shadows coalesced around them, forming grotesque shapes. The friends huddled together, their breaths shallow and rapid. "We need to leave. Now!" Beatriz screamed. But the door wouldn't budge. It was as if an invisible force held it shut. The shadows advanced, and with them came visions of horror. Lucas saw himself, lifeless and cold, sprawled on the floor. Mariana was haunted by the sight of her own blood-soaked hands. João and Beatriz faced similar terrors, each vision more grotesque than the last. Desperate, Lucas shouted, "What do you want from us?" The voice responded with chilling clarity. "Your souls." In a last-ditch effort, Mariana reached for the light switch, hoping to dispel the darkness. The room flooded with light, and for a moment, the shadows recoiled. But the respite was brief. The bulb shattered, plunging them back into darkness. "We need to find the source," João said, his voice trembling. Something in the film triggered this. They ransacked the apartment, searching for any clue. Beatrice found an old, tattered booklet inside the DVD case. It contained a cryptic message: "To break the curse, the mansion must burn." "The mansion," Mariana whispered. "It's the one from the film. We need to go there." Despite their fear, they knew it was their only chance. They drove to the location depicted in the film, an abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. As they approached, the air grew colder, and a sense of dread washed over them. "This is it," Lucas said, his voice barely above a whisper. The mansion loomed before them, its windows dark and foreboding. They gathered what little courage they had left and entered. Inside, the atmosphere was thick with malice. The walls seemed to pulsate with a life of their own, and the floorboards creaked under their weight. "Find anything flammable," João instructed. "We need to burn this place down." They spread out, gathering old furniture, drapes, and anything else that would catch fire. As they worked, the shadows grew restless, their whispers turning to shrieks. Huddled together in the grand foyer, they set the pile ablaze. The flames roared to life, casting grotesque shadows on the walls. The mansion seemed to writhe in pain, its structure groaning and cracking. "Is it working?" Beatrice asked, clutching Lucas's arm. Before he could respond, a piercing scream filled the air. The shadows convulsed, their forms disintegrating in the heat. The voice that had haunted them wailed in agony, then fell silent. As the mansion burned, the oppressive darkness lifted. The friends stumbled out, gasping for fresh air. They watched from a safe distance as the fire consumed the cursed building. "It's over," João said, relief evident in his voice. But Lucas wasn't so sure. "Is it? Or have we just unleashed something worse?" They never found out. The curse of Grande Assalto 11.6 remained a dark chapter in their lives, a reminder of the night they faced unimaginable terror. They never spoke of it again, but the memory lingered, a shadow at the edge of their consciousness. And somewhere, in the ashes of the mansion, a sinister force awaited its next victims, ready to emerge once more.